Hello, friends. Hello, hello. My name is Janessa Oriel, and I am the Director of Field Enablement and Community, and I am here in my favorite place, the Penny Place community, at my favorite time, 11 a.m. Pacific. Now, Pacific Standard Time, or maybe it's daylight time. I get them mixed up, irrespective. Currently, it's the last day of the month. Now, you may be watching this live. If so, thanks so much for joining live. You may be watching the replay. If so, thank you for watching the replay. Irrespective, when this finds you, you may be pushing for month end, maybe in January, what feels like the longest month of the year, right? I feel like it's day 732 of January. Or maybe you found this and you're watching it after the month has rolled and it's currently February, shortest month of the year. Irrespective, I wanted to be able to be here to chat through something that came up in the comments from last week's Penny Place Live. The question, we were discussing content in general, but we didn't talk about what makes good content. And so I want to highlight that today. This is especially beneficial. It doesn't matter if you're pushing for month end. You can utilize these tips because when you're reaching out to people, you want to make sure that it's content that is engaging and someone wants to engage with, as opposed to you're shoving information at people. So before I dive into Penny and how to create the content that is engaging, I want to talk about some things that are not ideal, especially on the last day of the month. Raise your hand in the comments, or you can even raise your hand wherever you're at now. I can't see you, but that's okay. If you have ever seen someone say, it's the end of the month, my leader has challenged me to go ahead and reach out to 75 people, and please let me know if you'd be interested in X, Y, or Z, because I am here to do something by the end of the month, right? We want to discourage that behavior. Why would we want to discourage that behavior? One, because it makes it about you. The goal of direct sales is to be able to share with others and make sure to share the benefits with them. So we want to make sure that you are, when you're talking about your business or talking about your products, you're sharing the benefits of the product to those that are watching. You want to engage people as opposed to tell them what to do. Who likes to be told what to do? Not me. I can't raise my hand on that one. If you like to be told what to do, sometimes I like to be told, you need to go do this, this, and this, but very rarely, right? Most people don't like to be told what to do. So I encourage you to keep that in mind as you're creating your content. Let's go ahead and start here. I'm going to dive into this section right over, I can't get my finger to point where I'm looking for, the content section, lower tray here, there's content. When you open your content section, I can assure you it's not going to look like this. Why? Because you can see it is catered to you. You can see what my most used content is at the top. You can see there's some corporate content if your company is partnered. Then you have the ability to have some corporate content automatically given to you right here. Super cool. For those that don't have partnership, it's totally okay. We understand. You will have all my content and favorite content. So when you hit the heart, so I'm going to go ahead and open this. I'm just going to view it, okay? When you hit the heart, you are favoriting it, okay? And you do that in order to make sure that it shows up in that favorite content or content category, okay? So for the friends that don't delete necessarily content that might be old, if it's something that you go to often, you're going to want to make sure to give it a heart so that way it pops up and you can see. Quick reminder again, this is similar to Netflix. You can scroll up and down and side to side, okay? Just like the Netflix, okay? So that said, what makes good content? And quick refresher, I know we discussed this last week, but I'm going to go over it really quickly. I hit the plus sign up there, and then I get this down here. What kind of content can be added? Again, it can be an image, a link, a video, and a PDF. Those are the things that you can include. Now, if you wanted to, you can also, that would be if you wanted to attach content. So we're being really specific here. If you just wanted to create a script without any content added, you can do that. Quick note on that, because nothing is attached to tap on. When you send this content out, it means you won't get the ability to see when someone has viewed the attachment. Oh, good. I have friends. Hi, Tanya. Struggle to load PDFs. Totally get it. PDFs can be really data heavy. And what I mean by that is if it has a lot of data, right, then it can be really hard to load that. What I would do is, if possible, you would attach an image and say, would you like to see X, Y, or Z? Which brings me to what makes good content. Thank you for that segue. So great content is asking questions. Great content is, the goal is to be able to get in, ask a question to those that you're sending this content to, whether it's a customer, whether it's a prospect, whether it's somebody who you definitely see that you'd love to have on your team. You want to ask questions so that way they can respond to you. That way, one, you know that they've seen it, and two, they've engaged. Studies show those that engage with someone or a product, or a company, anytime that you get that engagement, you are more likely to purchase from them because you have invested some time to create a response. Does that make sense? So I am heavily biased, and I encourage you to ask questions. Ideally, not like, do you like blue? Right? Because that's a yes or no question, but genuinely you want to inquire with whomever you're reaching out to. So if I did not want to create content, then I would just go ahead and hit skip. Now, we went over like how, but I want to talk about, what do you put in content? What is engaging? I want you to be able to make sure that you are inquiring likes and dislikes from whomever you're connecting with. You want to ask questions is a key point. You want to make sure that you are also, when you're asking questions, again, it's not a simple yes or no question. Ideally, unless you're asking something along the lines of, would you like to see a PDF that includes some information about, and then a product, right? Or do you currently use, I'm going to use a specific example. I went into a store in November on a business trip, and I was traveling, and I went into the store, and they were what I thought, this is not an ideal situation, but I want to use it as an example. I thought that they were inquiring to give a compliment, but I was mistaken. So what went into a store, they sold a number of products, specifically said, hey, do you use eye cream? And the goal, and what I was like, I don't. And then they were like, would you like a sample? Okay. I hope that you all cringed just as I did, right? So we don't want to do that either. So there's a way to ask a question that will not necessarily build someone's confidence up. And that's a great example of, they asked a question, they got a response, but also they made the cringe, right? They made their prospective customer go, second guess, do I need an eye cream? Do I not? But, and now I'm like, But the goal is to be able to build a relationship. So when you're asking questions, you want it to be something where they respond and you have something to share with them. All right, are we following? I recognize it's a lot, and I don't want to do a ton more, but I want you to be able to build a script, and we can do something along the lines of, I want to do something like this. Okay, here we go. Hi, friend. I was wondering if you've seen the new catalog? ? So in this example, I'm going to replace friend. Okay, I'm going to highlight friend, as you can see here, and I use the voice to talk, the little microphone down there. I'm going to go ahead and replace with first name, and I'm going to do an exclamation point because that's just how I roll. And so I'm asking a question that will yield a response if they answer, and they may not. I want you to understand, when people are reaching out, or when you're reaching out, you're not going to get 100% response rate. Will this be a better response than, I wanted to send you the link? Yes, 100%. This is going to, those that are interested are going to say, no, I haven't. Can I see it? Right? Or no, I haven't. I'll go look for it now. And you can always respond, hey, here's a link, right? And then you have a different content to be able to share out with them, with hopefully a link to the catalog, or I can pop one in the mail for you, or whatever works, right? Whatever you currently use. But this is a great way to go ahead. You're asking a question, you're inquiring with them, and then you're hoping that they're going to respond. And it's all with the intent to build them up and to share information with them, as opposed to come buy my product so I can meet my goals, right? Is that fair? good end of month content, I hope. I hope this is helpful. For those that are still pushing for the end of the month, for the longest month of the year, January, keep going. I am encouraging you and I'm excited for you. For those that are watching this maybe on February 1st, or for those that are ready to roll to February 1st, maybe you hit all your January goals. You can absolutely do incredible things in February, and I encourage you to do so. So thanks so much for joining. If you found this beneficial, in terms of content and how to create great content to be able to respond to, please feel free to let me know in the comments. I appreciate that. And additionally, you can always share it. It is on a public page for a reason. So thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye, friends.